Hey Pisces, hey Starseeds, it's Sweet Spirit Mystic. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe and get your energies in with ours. All right, let's see what messages come up. Okay. Thank you if you're new. And, just to let everyone know that I'll be going on a vision quest for 5 days in the wilderness, and it'll be a solo trip. No technology, nothing like that. It's a Native American tradition, and I'm going to see what visions come. How I can really tap into my gifts more and find that peace in my heart, that clarity in my mind. And I'll bring all of that knowledge, when I come back. So please send me good thoughts, and I'll be fasting. So if you happen to be eating, think of me. All right, great. Let's see what's come out. All right, spirits, angels, guides, please come be with us now. Please show us the messages that will be helpful on our path. Okay, so we've got at the bottom of the deck the Eight of Swords. So that speaks of like an emotion, or like an imprisonment of our own creation, right? You see this swan. She's stuck with all these swords around her, and it looks like some kind of pit. But just know, it's all in your head. It's all in your mind. Wherever you feel you might be a little stuck, know that you can always find the way out. Notice this little hummingbird here, like she's speaking to this swan, letting her know, hey, follow me. This is the way out. Okay, so no matter how dark or heavy things might feel, there's always a way out, and there's always a way to turn it around, right? Underneath that, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So that shows that there's an offer coming from the divine for you. You just have to see it. Take the blindfolds off. Look around. Pay attention to the signs. Even though things might feel difficult, know that you're not stuck. And if you look out, you'll see that there's a lot of blessings there for you, right? With the Hangman underneath that, that's just the change in our perspective. The Hangman asks us to look at things differently. So they both kind of reiterate, changes of perspective. Seeing that this trap is just something we've created in our mind. And if we really tap into the divine, we can see where we can get out of it, right? Play devil's advocate with your situation. See what comes, because underneath that, we've got the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups, right? So that speaks of, a personal wish fulfillment, able to make yourself happy. And with that, you can create a legacy, that contentment that you can share with others. All right, so the first card we had out was the Eight of Cups. And it mirrors also this Eight of Swords and this Hanged Man, Ace of Pentacles. You're moving away from emotionally draining situations. You've decided to say, hey, I've given it my best shot. It's time for me to look inward and take care of myself. It's at that point where, we give so much to try to create harmony. But sometimes it's standing back, stepping back and say, okay, let me see where I can turn things around, change perspective by not doing anything, by taking back your power, by not allowing your emotions to get involved anymore. You're saying, okay, let me look at this from a different perspective. So if you've been using your head, you start to use your heart. If you've been using your heart, you use your head, right? You need to change it up a little bit so that you don't feel like you're stuck. And then we got a whole novel here. So let's see what these are. We got the World, 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 5 of Wands. Okay, so with the World, we're ending a cycle, definitely. Changing our perspective, we've gone full circle. Something new is going to come. The 7 of Pentacles, it speaks about the hard work that you've already put in. You're ready to make that harvest, right? You still have to put in more work, but you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. Okay, with the 2 of Cups, you're seeing where you've been working in a symbiotic partnership with yourself and someone else. That's love coming in. That's an emotional bond, an emotional union. And next to the 4 of Pentacles, that speaks to me of security. But also in a way, since it's near the Tower and the 5 of Wands, it's where we need to let go. Where we need to create a different foundation, right? Maybe what we originally thought was good for us, we're seeing, you know what, now I want something different. And that's great to be able to sit where you are and say, hey, I've been stuck for too long. I want to change. It's up to me. How can I let go of my present circumstance and invite something else in? I don't want to be going through these petty arguments, this inner turmoil. Sometimes this can even speak of physical altercations, right? But you don't want that anymore. You're ready to let that all go. And when you do, what comes in is the Lovers, the 7 of Swords, and the Emperor. So the Lovers is that divine partnership. It can be between 2 people, it can be between 2 circumstances, but whatever it is, it just feels right. And it's a decision that you make, right? It's a decision to let go of that control, of that 4 of Pentacles, of that Tower. The Emperor is a energy that's very controlled, very reserved, has been through everything in life, so they have a way about doing things because they've had that knowledge, that wisdom, that experience. So perhaps maybe that one-way perspective, you're like, wait, it's not working. So you have to choose how you're going to get away from that and come into a new partnership with yourself and someone else, a new situation, right? That you're ready to put work into something new because you're already wrapped up this old cycle. So the 2 of Cups and the Lovers, that's what this next phase is about, right? When you've done the inner work on yourself, when you've seen your shadow, when you've taken responsibility for, all those past things where you contributed, where you can say, gosh, my behavior wasn't that great. I did this, they did that, it caused this big upheaval. But that's okay, because now you've learned. Now you're ready to take that knowledge, leave behind what wasn't working, cultivate in something new, change your behavior, and now you can see what comes, right? Now you can take all of that knowledge with your new eyes into a new situation, a new relationship, and see what happens, how it changes, right? How it improves for the next time. Because that's what life experience is. That's what relationships are, is finding out what you like and what you don't like. And a lot of times we think about, the other person. But no, it's about us. What do we like and what we don't like about our behavior? How can we change? How can we be a better partner, a better employee, a better parent, a better child? It's always that introspection. If we keep externalizing it and saying, well, they did this or that, or if my circumstances were different, I would be different, that's giving your power away, right? That's, reconciliation coming out. That is, not owning yourself, right? Children, your love life is being affected by children. So, this can be not literal children. This could be your inner child. This could be things that happened to you when you were young that are affecting your life as an adult now, right? But what's great about that is you can change the perspective. You can change how you feel about things that happened in your past. And that's the big part of growth. When we take responsibility and say, hey, yes, crappy things happened, but I'm not going to let them hurt me anymore. I'm not going to wallow. I'm going to use that knowledge to be better, to change. I'm not going to be the same parent my parents were. Things like that. I'm going to be better. Not playing that victim role. When at times, yes, we have every right? Because things happened, were hard, awful, traumatic. But you know what? With all that, you can still say, hey, I learned a lot. Perhaps I know what not to do. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Decide what it is that you want, right? So that it comes to you. So that unrequited love, that, to me, that's all internal. Everything I tell you about it's all internal. We can always say, this emperor is this Aries figure in my life. We've got cups here for water signs. We've got Scorpio energy. We've got earth energy. We've got sword energy, which is air energy. We can always make it about everyone else. But what I'm encouraging you to do now is look at yourself, look at your behavior. How can you be better? How can you change? How can you change your viewpoint of whatever situation this is and find the lesson? Find the silver lining. Know, like, hey, because I went through this, I'll never go through it again, and I can help someone else who's going through something similar. All right, let me pull a Starseed Oracle card. Oh, this is another deck. Let's see. And where it says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going, does that mean you're trying to fight for something when in your heart, I should just let this go? I should just say, c'est la vie. We gave it our best shot. But you know what? Sometimes let's cut our losses and move on and take our lessons and create something new. Okay. Oh, so let's see. What came out was the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So this speaks very much of that unrequited love card. And what I was saying about, cut your losses, right? Meh, it's not worth it anymore. Too much time has gone by, too much hurt. Let me take what I've learned and go elsewhere. And then the card at the bottom is the Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So that's seeing potential in your future, seeing potential in all those hidden things, all those little wonders in your heart. You know what? Maybe now's the time where you can be like, I'm going to clean the slate. And I'm going to go back to those little wishes in my heart and focus on those. So that I can bring in that Two of Cups and the Lover, right? So I can let go of that control of trying to hold on to something that's just not working anymore. So I can take my cup and go forward in a way that will make me feel happy. I'm going to let this cycle go, right? Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull one of these. Haven't looked at these goddess cards in a while. Let's see where our focus is. Vesta, home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So let the change come. Who's going to flow in, who's going to flow out? Who's going to come in that's in alignment with how you live? And who you're going to say, okay, bye, thanks. Thanks for the lessons, right? And I'm not saying it's easy. Any change is difficult. But if you breathe into it and know that it's for the best, on the other side of it, you'll be happy. You'll be able to breathe that sigh of relief. So definitely take that into account. Give yourself the time and space that you need, but don't hesitate for too much longer because you're at that end already. And as soon as you let go of all this past, you can invite in the Two of Cups and the Lovers, right? And that's the good stuff. So do that. Clean the slate. All right, my loves, thank you so much. I love you.